Hey y'all, welcome back. It has been so long since we have done a video together here for YouTube that I've almost forgotten how to sit down and speak to the camera. So this feels a little stiff. That's why it takes practice, and I'm way out of practice. But I wanted to show you guys these amazing books that I finally got in my hands. This has been something I've been working on for quite a while now. If you can hear the baby in the background, he's laying on the floor enjoying the ceiling fan right behind the camera. And he is happy as can be, so he is gurgling. But I wanted to show you guys these books. And these are something that I've been working on for a while. And I've forgotten how to talk. But I'm all smiles, because these are cool. So this, I don't know if y'all are familiar with like calving season and keeping calving records or not. But when you have a cow-calf pairs, you keep track of which cow had what calf. Usually most people do. And you tag the calf to match the cow so you can keep track of whose is whose. Because sometimes cows have trouble keeping track. And sometimes you just need to like look back on your records and look up something like, say, this cow 79. See if she had trouble calving last year. Or see if she needs sold. Or if she was on your sold list. Or what kind of a calf maybe she had last year. Or who had twins in the last couple of years. And the kind of calving books that most ranchers use are pocket calving books. So they fit in your vest pocket. They're quite small and they go through the ringer. And I'll show you a close-up of what this one looks like. This one was, well, it was a 2017 cow-calf book, but evidently it got used for 2021 because it's got the date scratched out, new date written in. But they get put through the ringer. They usually are covered in everything to do with calving, which makes them quite dirty. And everybody has their own way of keeping records. Like my husband has scratched out most of the columns and everything, and written his own information in here to keep track of. And we keep track of 4 different brands, 4 different tags here on our ranch. So that is a lot of information. And by the end of the year, this little book is a disaster. So I love records. I positively love records and numbers and having all the information. So that's where this idea came from. I wanted to be able to have a record book for calving that was pretty and organized, and I could transfer the records into, at the end of the season, that wasn't just a notebook, because in the last couple of years I've started transferring my husband's records to my own notebook. And the first year it was just a plain notebook, and the second year I tried to do more of like almost like a scrapbook notebook, because I wanted it to be pretty and I wanted it to be organized, and it just didn't work because it just wasn't made for that. And my brain was just like, no, this isn't working. I've tried to do it on the computer and print it off in like Excel, and still that wasn't working. I need a physical copy. So I designed one and I had it made, and I have 3 different versions, which I'm very excited to show you guys. So these are the 3 versions, and I have 2 versions here called Ranch Wife Records. And the idea behind this was a more fun, colorful option for the ranch wife. So I designed these for the slightly smaller operations. There are not as many entries, spaces available in these, but they are colorful, they are organized, and they're just a little bit more fun way to keep records. And hopefully I'll have close-ups going on over here. But they are for years 2023 and 2024. And they have a calendar in them, they have spots for notes, and of course your calving records, your basic calving records. They have the date, the tag color, the cow number, the calf number, whether it's a bull or heifer, markings, the color of the critter, and of course a death column for dating deaths. And it has, and that's it. So it's dual page, so all the same information here as here. So there's a little less information. You're missing your things like birth weight and sire and maybe grafting information or whatever else is like genetics. Some people go way into deep detail, and these little books have a lot of those deep details in them. And I have never met anybody that uses every single column in here. I'm sure there are people, because obviously it was a desire at some point. But I don't even know what some of this means. Anyhow, this was designed to be a little more simple, a little more straightforward, with your basic information in a fun, colorful way that you can keep your records. So past the calving information, you have pages for cows that need sold. You have pages for critters that you doctored. And you have lined, dotted, and blank pages. And a couple of pages that are a little bit more fun to write on for your notes. And then in the back of this one, you also have 2024. So the pink version is pink in the front and mustard yellow in the back. And it is a repeat of the information, pretty much the same setup front to back. So you have the same setup between the 2023 and 2024. They just change color. So you have dual year in this one. And this one is exact same, except you have green and mustard yellow. And it's exactly the same setup. So those two are that way. They are 9x16. Here's a little bit of a comparison for the pocketbook, like so. And then these two are also soft cover books, and they are a lower price point. So when I was having these made, I could make a choice between soft cover and hardcover books. Of course, the soft cover ones are cheaper to make, and color versus black and white. So black and white is also cheaper to make. So I chose to do the soft cover books in color, and then I also developed a hardcover copy. So this is the more hardcover copy, is one that appealed more to me because I absolutely love being able to have series and records and things to stack on a shelf in my office. So I wanted to have a spine that I could either lay flat or put upright and have the information on the end. And I wanted to be able to make a series of them. So this is just the beginning of my cattle records book series, I guess you would say. This is calving records. So all of the calving records through the years will all have black spines. But I also want to develop like a general cattle records, maybe AI records, bull records, moving records, or bangs tag records, or sold records. I don't even know yet. So I'm still developing the idea. So if you have something you think that would be really good as a record book, let me know, because it might be the next thing that I develop. But they will have different color spines. So all calving records will have black spines, but like maybe AI records will have a shade of gray, a dark shade of gray. And then maybe raised bulls, that would be a lighter shade of gray. So that when you stack them all together through the years, you have the different color blocks. But you can also really easily see what you're looking for. So like say I was going to be looking, like 10 years from now, I'm looking for 2023 calving records. I'm not sure exactly why I would be looking for them 10 years later, but hopefully it's not to look up a cow that's still around. But it would be in the black category of my records, and then I could just go through and find the right year. But I really, really love these. They're just a slight bit bigger than these, and that's just the option it was for hardcover. And of course it has all the beautiful brands on it of some local ranchers. These are our brands are on here, along with a lot of the family brands. I am offering that as available to have your brand put on future books, record books. If you're interested in having your brand show up on the record books, you can look that up on my website, the details on that. So yeah, let's just jump in here. It has a calendar, an important dates page, and then of course it's in black and white because I did want to keep this at a price point that was available, reasonable. Doing a hardcover in color was just not going to be reasonable. Did you make yourself laugh sneezing? All right, so this book has a little bit more information in it. So in your calving, you have the date, tag color, cow number, calf number, bull or heifer markings, and color, just like the other book. But then on the other side, so the 2 pages are all entries. Instead of having 20 calves here and 20 calves here, you have 20 calves. And the next page is birth weight, sire, and then 2 blank columns and a column for dating deaths. And the 2 blank columns, I wanted to leave those blank because we all are different in our operations, and I need a column for like grafting or making notes or you know, I just needed a blank columns there that are different than other people's columns. Like actually we don't even keep birth weight or sire records here, but I can use those columns for something else. But I wanted to include them because they're very common. You have space for 400 entries, 400 calves in this book, and it is divided up into hundreds. So if you have like 4 different colors of tags like we do here, I have these pretty little colored stickers that I like to put in mine, and that just shows what brand and what ear tag color we're going through, but there is space for 100 of each, or 400 or 200 of this and 200 of that. It's not an obvious difference in the pages, but you can tell where I broke it up into hundreds. And then like the other books, it has blank, dotted, and lined pages. It has a page for cows that need sold, a little page for notes, and pages for doctored. And then in the back, it has a little note from me to you guys for a little thank you for purchasing my book, because you guys are helping support my family and our ranching operation by purchasing this. I get a little royalty from Amazon. It's not a huge royalty, but it is a little something, and I get the pleasure of having a book that was designed by myself that fits my records really well. Hopefully it fits records for somebody else really well. That is the thought process. I tried to include other operations in mind when I was designing these. And I hope that you all find them useful, and that this is something that you like, because I absolutely enjoyed making these, designing these, putting in the hours to figure out the pages and designing it all myself and getting it uploaded and put together by Amazon. They are made to order by Amazon, meaning that it's not a they don't pre-print them for sale like you do. Like they didn't make hundreds of them and they're just sitting somewhere. They are made to order. So when you order one, it does take like 2 weeks for them to print it and mail it out. But that keeps it keeps me from having overhead. So I don't actually have to pay up front to have each one individually made, which is amazing. I'm very thankful for that, because I don't need 50 of these sitting in my closet. But they are freshly made for you, brand new, when you order. So they do take a little bit extra time. I wish there was a way I could get them registered with Amazon Prime to get them free shipping, but it's just not an option right now with the amount that I'm selling. So I am sorry about that, because that always turns me off too when I can't get free shipping on something on Amazon. But I am very appreciative of anybody that purchases one. If you do purchase one, please reach out and tell me how it's working for you. Leave a review, send me an email. My website is in the book, in the back page of the hard copy version. Otherwise, if you're seeing this on this channel, you know how to reach me. My information is all in my description box. Send me a message. Let me know how they're working for you, because I intend to make one for 2024 and I need to make changes to make them work better for other people. Then that is something I absolutely will do. And of course, if you wanted to have your brand on 2024's included, that is also an option. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that I will hear from some of you, and I will see you in the next video. This is Maverick, and he is 2 months and a couple of weeks and is doing fantastic. We are extremely happy. Thank you to everyone who has asked. You say bye-bye? I said, no, I gotta watch the ceiling fan.